Hey guys, it's Classic. Welcome to this week's episode of Casual Talks, where I get on the pitch with your favorite people in the Rocket League community to find more about them. This week's episode is one of the funniest pros, Rizzo. So I'm gonna start with the same questions I ask everyone just to get into it, and it's the rather basic question: when did you get into Rocket League?
I got into Rocket League in 2015 of August. Basically, like my friends, I used to play Minecraft, and all my Minecraft friends were like, "You should really get this game," and I was skeptical, but they ended up convincing me.
So you were like, did you have the experience of like playing one game like a shit ton? Like, were you playing Minecraft like day in and day out, kind of like you got into Rocket League, or were you like more of a casual gamer?
Yeah, I was basically playing Minecraft like all the time. Before that, it was like Call of Duty. So like I was used to like playing games for years, I guess, at a time.
So you were already like hardcore gamer. And when you got into Rocket League, like you said you were like skeptical at first, which I totally get. Rumble is like the best mode, by the way.
Yeah, the double boot.
Oh, this is just too funny. Holy shit. Yeah, you said you were like skeptical at first, but obviously you put a lot of time into it. Did you start going hard like as soon as you played it, or was it like more of a like slow process?
Oh, I went hard as soon as I got it, man.
Oh, really?
It was like, yeah. It was, well, so they ended up convincing me to buy it, and then I went, private matches. I went into private matches with them, and that was like how my first night went, was I played private matches with them for like 6 hours until like 4 a.m. Yeah, and then, yeah, it was 4 a.m. and I ended up finally going to bed, and I woke up super late, of course, and then I just got on and I started playing ranked, or not, maybe it was ranked, I don't remember, but it's either ranked or unranked or whatever. I just got on and started playing again, and then I asked him, I was like, when are you guys on? Let's play more private matches.
How did you decide to like make the switch of content then? Because were you still producing like Minecraft content as soon as you got like Rocket League, or was the switch instant?
It was basically instant, because at the time I was kind of already done with Minecraft. Like I would upload like once every 2 months or something, like ridiculous. Like I wasn't into it anymore. Like I just really did not like it.
So it was a well-timed like refresher, basically.
Yeah, being at like a high level or competing, I guess, wasn't really something I sought out. Like I didn't really plan for it.
Yeah.
I think that was kind of the case for a lot of people in the early days, because nobody really knew if Rocket League was going to become anything like it is.
So, what would be like the one thing you like the most about, going into like the pro scene and getting all the clout you have now?
All the clout. What would be my favorite thing about it?
Like about the whole thing about being like a Rocket League pro. Like, what's the one thing you really enjoy?
Well, I just really like competing in general. Like I honestly, I never thought I would, because I was never really a super competitive person, I guess. But it turns out that I like do actually like it. Like that's the number one thing like I always look forward to, is like going like on stage, I guess.
So,
like being at an event and doing well. Doing well is fun.
Yeah, I can assume so. Yeah. So yeah, and we could see like in especially in Washington how like you thrive off like the energy of like the stage, with this the sick dance moves that are now unprecedented, and they were pretty cool. Must say that I got a little moist out of that.
Got a little moist. Okay, that's one way to phrase it.
And like, were you always like that? Like a beast for that kind of adrenaline? Like, did you always thrive off of that, or is that a new side of yourself that you found while competing?
Well, I couldn't really say, because I don't have like another example. Like I've never done anything like this.
Oh
So
yeah.
and the only thing I can think of would be like a play I did in like 6th grade.
Like
Yeah,
where,
next Rocket League event, I'll just act out a play.
dude, we need the script. So we've seen recently you've been banging some sick Terraria streams. Like if you haven't watched that yet, guys, you should get on it. It's pretty lit. Do you still play those kind of sandbox? You mentioned you really like Minecraft before, and now it's like Terraria. Is that like usually your go-to genre?
Yeah, I was really surprised I actually liked Rocket League as much as I did. I guess because I've never played a sports game this much. Is this even considered a sports game? I guess
It's like sports arcade car thing.
I would count it.
It's fairly, yeah. I would say sport because it's like it's so close. I would have
Yeah.
to say like it's a sports game.
But most of the games I'm always interested in or like play, it's usually like a sandbox thing. So like Minecraft, Terraria, or something that's like simulation or like management, if that makes sense.
So what's your favorite mechanic in Rocket League? Like that you like to pull off or watch as a spectator or?
Uh, I like watching a nice Doomsy dish,
Ooh.
realistically. But for me, like the most satisfying thing, if I was say like on stage or whatever, would be like a double touch. Like literally just hitting a double touch feels so satisfying.
Yeah, I think a lot of
Because-
people can relate to that. Yeah.
Because like your teammates, if you call it, they're just gonna wait. And so like everybody's watching you in the lobby. And everybody's anticipating it. Like, is it gonna get it?
So it's the one thing that basically would make you stress is like when you underperform.
Yeah.
Is it because of like? Because I've had people say it's because like they don't want to let their teammates down, or is it because like you don't want to let yourself down? What's the
It's
driver?
like everybody.
Okay.
Like teammates, fans, family, literally like everybody. I mean, when it happens, it sucks.
Yeah.
It really does.
Yeah, it must.
Because like if you lose like a close game, you're like, oh, okay. But if you actually just like play awful, it makes you feel awful.
Before going into like this stage, let's say like for DreamHack, before going into like the grand finals, do you have like a ritual or something you do to like kind of get yourself into like game zone?
I'm like a little bit superstitious, but
Okay, so
I'm like a little stitious,
okay.
I'm not superstitious.
We need more on that. We need more on that. What makes you like?
There's
What's-
there's never like a specific thing. Like there's nothing. It's not like a ritual, if that makes
Okay,
sense.
Yeah.
But I might be like chewing a piece of gum, and I'll be like, I kind of have to keep this gum in all day, or else we're gonna lose.
And it's never the same
But
thing.
it's never like the same thing. Yeah.
So okay, because like I would be.
It's like. I mean, this one might be a little gross, but sometimes I'm like, yeah, I wore these socks yesterday and we did really well, so I'm gonna wear them again.
I could understand like if it was always the gum or like always the socks, but like it literally.
But it's
just
always
depends.
something random.
That's great.
It's just
Oh,
whatever
man.
I'm feeling.
Yeah. So you're like, oh yeah, you're superstitious, but like it gets decided on the spot. I'm like, okay, today's gonna be this one.
Yeah, basically.
That's great. That's the first time I've heard about that. I've heard someone do that. You said you were in content creation with Minecraft before Rocket League, and now you're streaming both Rocket League and Terraria from time to time. Do you think you'll keep going at content creation even if like Rocket League, like the passion for Rocket League dies down for you?
Yeah, I think I would. I think well, I don't want to say I think like that's my goal is to just continue with content creation.
Okay, so like if because pro careers don't last like 25 years. So
What do you mean they don't last 25 years? This is
If
news
you
to me.
If it lasts 25 years for you, like I'm so happy you made it for so long.
Everybody just like, how is he still here?
Oh yeah, okay. So you seem to like have mostly successes, but do you have like a failure you really like that kind of changed the way you approach things afterwards? Does that make sense? I can rephrase.
RLCS season 3. I don't really know how to explain it, but it just kind of made me think differently. I guess, of how like a team. Well, I mean, especially as we went into season 4, like as a team should like stick together to try to fix that sort of thing, which I had no like.
Prior experience in?
Yeah, it wasn't like a thing in Rocket League. Like you fail to make
Yeah.
LAN, you break up at that time.
If there would be like one thing you'd change to like Rocket League esports, what would it be? Like longer seasons, BO9, like whatever, one thing, whatever it is, what would it be?
Honestly, most of my complaints are with like, no offense, not to you, but to like tournament organizers. They really give you like a lack of info, and they give it to you super late.
Okay, so
Like
it would be.
I didn't know where I was staying for RLCS until like the week before, or like a few weeks before, I guess.
Don't you like the
Like
surprise?
stuff like that. Yeah, you know, I mean, we didn't even know the venue, right? It's like
yeah, I understand that. Yeah. So you mean that knowing things like a month in advance is not.
yeah, it's
clearly
just
not enough.
I mean, as somebody who's like, this is literally my life, I'd like to have like a schedule.
Being a fan of like Minecraft, Hunger Games, and stuff, did you get into like streaming the BRs and all that jazz? Like, is that something you're not interested with?
Oh, I hate BR games.
And yet,
Like
you
I think
love
I
the other one.
Minecraft.
Yeah, like the Younger Games, right? How different is it from like a BR?
No! Oh, that hurt. That hurt so much. Oh no.
my god. I'm so sorry.
I don't know what you said anymore. I was too focused on the shot.
I'm sorry. I didn't want to like give you a heartbreak. If you liked Minecraft Hunger Games so much, why do you dislike BRs now?
Well, I played BRs, but I feel like they're so oversaturated. Like there's BRs for everything,
Yeah,
man.
there is.
It's way too much. What a save.
So like it kind of pisses you off that it's just as big as it is now.
Not that it's as like big as it is. It's just I think maybe I played it too much, but like I liked PUBG when it came out. I liked Fortnite when it came out, but I can only play them for so long, I guess, until I'm just like, okay, I'm tired of BRs.
Before we end, I'd be curious of like how, because we all know you have some kind of weird bindings. Like,
Okay.
what? Why? How did it come like that? Like, because that's not default going with the stick for like the gas.
Well, okay, so like I played keyboard mouse initially, and I was always playing like keyboard mouse games, so I think it has a little bit to do with that.
Oh, so you're used to like the gas is like the forward.
I'm used to like
anyways.
WASD, and I feel like that was a part of it, realistically.
Okay.
And then well, I played keyboard mouse, so when I switched to controller, I was like pressing the wrong buttons. Like I knew what the controls were, but in my head I was like, this is what they should be.
Okay.
So that's what I did.
Oh, so it was just.
Which I feel like
natural.
anybody should do with their controls.
Yeah, that's.
Just if they feel like it should be this button, then they make it that button.
I feel you. Do you feel like cam settings change a lot, or like it's personal preference, like key bindings?
I think that's preference as well. I've kept the same camera settings for like 2 years now, I think, something like that.
Okay, so it's really like just get used to like one thing and gonna feel right.
Yeah.
Give us that juice.
Alright. Give us the juice. Well, okay. There was a time where my PC kind of broke as I was streaming, and I wasn't. Well, I don't know if I was competing at the time, but regardless, there wasn't money in competing. So I ended up. I think my CPU was like dead, or I think it might have been my graphics card. It's probably my graphics card. And so I ended up spending like all the money in my bank account, like everything I had left, to basically fix up my PC and then just keep streaming. So like I had like it was like a last resort type thing. I was like, okay, I guess let's do it.
Were you making like a bit of cash with streaming at that time, or was it just like?
I probably averaged like 100 viewers, which I didn't really have like a community, so I didn't know if it was going to. That was nutty. I didn't really know if it was going to like last, I guess, because I don't.
Yeah.
The scene was really like 100 viewers was kind of a lot back then. In comparison to what it is. Like if you weren't Cronovi, you didn't get viewers. Like that was basically it. Squishy Muffins didn't even exist back then. He wasn't born yet.
Yeah, I feel you. Like it was a different time.
Scrub wasn't allowed to stream. He was too young. Whole different world.
Not the Rocket League we know nowadays. Definitely
Yeah,
not.
there's me, low 5A money fighting for the 100 viewers.
If you didn't have like cash in your bank account at that point, would that mean that we would not have G2 Rizzo at this moment?
Maybe. There's probably a chance. Actually, yeah. Now I think about it, I probably would have not been able to get a graphics card.
Damn. So
and the cash in my bank account was from my early viewers because I didn't say this one, but I spent the last money in my PayPal to buy Rocket League.
Oh, okay.
And then I didn't have a job, and then I got a little bit of more money from streaming, and then my graphics card broke, and so I was like, okay, it worked when I got Rocket League. Let's do it again.
So I was like, oh man,
let's go, boys.
Man.
Well, I guess I should probably give a shout out to Dicey for being my #1 donator in my early stream days. So thank you, Dicey.
Making G2 Rizzo what he is today.
Dicey was the key.
Damn, what a god. Does he know he made you basically?
I don't know, but Dicey is he's snarky, but in a funny way.
Like if you had like one thing to say to the Rocket League community, like as a whole, what would it be?
Thank you for playing this dying